So here you can see we have a velocity time graph. Now in a velocity time graph, we know that velocity comes on the y-axis and time comes on the x-axis. Now why is that? Because time is an independent variable whereas velocity is a dependent variable. Now from this graph we can understand that this particular train or this particular object is moving with uniform velocity, that is 60 kilometers per hour, and the time is given on the x-axis. What we have to determine over here, we have to determine the distance covered by the train between the second and the fourth hour. So we have second and the fourth hour on the x-axis. Now always remember that from a velocity time graph, if we wish to find the distance covered, we have to find the area under the graph. So between the second and the fourth hour, the area under the graph is nothing but this rectangle, right? So that means we have to find the area of the rectangle, but the area of a rectangle is length into breadth. So this is the length and this is the breadth, but this length is actually velocity, that is on the y-axis, and the breadth is nothing but time, that is on the x-axis. So that means to find the distance covered, we have to multiply velocity and time. So how much is the velocity? It is 60, and time is 4 minus 2, which is actually 2. So 60 into 2 becomes 120 kilometers. So distance covered by the train between second and the fourth hour is 120 kilometers. Next question, it says what is the acceleration of the train? Now if we just think about this, we know here the velocity is not changing, and since the velocity is not changing, how much would be the acceleration? Obviously the answer would be 0. So let's find this. So we know acceleration is nothing but change in velocity upon time, which is final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. We know that the final and the initial value of velocity from the graph is nothing but 60. So we have 60 minus 60 upon time, that is 2. 60 minus 60 becomes 0. So we have 0 upon 2, which is actually equal to 0 meter per second square. So here we have the acceleration as 0 meter per second square.